wherever you are, whether you're sitting up or laying down, it doesn't matter. The idea is basically the same. We want to get the body as still as possible, almost on the verge of going to sleep, while at the same time keeping the mind wide awake. So start relaxing. Start breathing gentle, deep, rhythmic breaths. And as you start to breathe, put a gentle smile on your face. And just for a few moments, feel what that smile feels like. Acknowledge it consciously and recognize how the smile for most of us is something that reminds us of happiness, of joy, of being able to be lighthearted. So smile, breathe deep and gently. Scan your body from head to toe. Seek any kind of points where there's tension or resistance. Just relax into those points if you feel them. And if you don't feel points of tension or resistance, then just start to relax anyway. Feel how your head can just let go. The muscles of your face can soften. Your area around your ears. Let your brain relax. Just totally let it relax. Let your throat and that whole area, just shoulders, your neck, your spine, your chest, your lower back, your abdomen, your pelvic floor, and all the muscles and everything that is connected to that part of you. Just totally let it relax. Your legs, knees, and your feet. When you have a more coherent knowing that you're beginning to feel a lot more relaxed, you're giving your body conscious permission to relax even deeper. And as I mentioned, there's a point where when you get the body so relaxed and so on the edge of almost falling asleep, while at the same time keeping the mind wide awake, there's this beautiful balance that occurs. And if you can get to the point where you can let your body completely go to sleep and keep your mind awake, you enter into a realm that I guess we could call it the subconscious. It's almost like the midpoint between who we believe ourselves to be during our waking states during the day and who and what we really are when we're sleeping, and all those processes that are happening, and what our soul that's animating our body and allowing us to exist. It's the middle point between all of that. And at first, it can be a little bit weird because we haven't really actively done it that much. But with time and continued practice, you start to feel more comfortable with that. And then you trust in your own ability to go deeper. And it's not a state that you need to be into right now. We're going to work on that as we continue to go on. But my point in saying that is when you get into a place that's beyond waking and sleeping, you're not necessarily conscious the way you usually are. And that's the magic of it all, because while we're in states, while we're sleeping at night, when we relax, when we meditate deeply, we take naps, we start breathing. Our breath is being totally run by the autonomic nervous system, and we're not conscious of that at all. And so our breath and our miraculous respiratory system, it's taking air from outside of your body, filling up your lungs, which then turns into a gas that you breathe out. And the complexity of this process is so profound that if we were to become immediately, even just a quarter of conscious of we could be of this process, it would be an information overload, because it is just so many different things happening just in this one system alone, faster than the speed of light, faster than sound. But the beautiful thing is even if we can't be that conscious of it in a waking state, we have the ability to experience a sense of being, a sense of becoming that leads to the ability to really become empowered. And when I say empowered, I don't just mean it like, in a very passive way. At first, it might be passive, but as you continue to really trust in the process of life, no matter what's happening, no matter what appears to be going on around you, no matter what the circumstances of your life are presenting, you really begin to trust that and learn how to sustain a sense of calm. Then that kind of calm leads to the remembrance of how powerful all these systems and glands and organs in our body can be when they're all in harmony with each other. Relax deeper. Breathe. Gentle, deep, and slow inhales, exhales. We're going to create a little bit of coherence between the heart and the brain, because for now, it's the best way that many people are finding works to get them into a state where they can experience what's beyond the heart and brain being in coherence with another. Becoming conscious of whole body coherence, where every system of your body is working together and you are conscious of it and you're in awe by it. And even beyond that, I call it whole soul coherence, because then you start becoming conscious of the living geometries of our energy field with a multitude of different geometric expressions taking place in every part of our body. And then eventually feeling and developing new sensory awareness that is inside of us, waiting to be activated. You activate them, and all of these living geometric aspects of the whole of our field become aligned. I often cry when I get into that state because it's so beautiful. Tears of joy, tears of gratitude, because no matter what is going on, the energy that animates our being is always available to us. And that's the best support system I personally have ever experienced, and many others as well. So focus your energy in the middle of your head. And it doesn't need to be exact. It can be wherever, it's not an exact precision thing right now. It's just putting your awareness into the middle of your head and continue just being really calm. If you are somebody who's able to feel your pulse anywhere in your body, then allow yourself to feel that pulse right in the middle of your head. If you can't feel your pulse, it's okay. Just keep your attention there and know that as we progress, your ability for being able to feel the pulse of your heart beating everywhere in your body is going to be one of the best internal tools that we have available for continuing to develop expanded states of natural consciousness in coherence with the infinite field of life, both known and unknown, that also is always available to us in the form of energy. We can literally absorb the energy of the sun, the galaxy, the universe. We can commune with trees, with blades of grass, insects, birds. We have the ability to commune with all these different creatures. And when we start to do that and they respond in a way, then you both grow, you both share energy together. So while you're feeling the middle of your head, just relax even deeper. Focus the best you can, but don't stress out. Just totally focus in a very gentle way in the middle of your head. Now take your attention that is in the middle of your head and let your awareness and the energy that you're focused on in the middle of your head, let it drop right into your heart. Basically, shift your focus from your head to your heart. Another thing that is a great tool is to allow your awareness when it drops into the heart. It's almost like your face is there. It's like you can see, hear, feel. Your awareness is literally right in your heart. And that's a very helpful way of connecting to it deeper. But for the time being, just feel your heart. If you can't feel it beat and you want to put your hand to your chest where it is, feel free to do that. Keep breathing. Allow yourself to rest deeper and deeper with the knowing that eventually you're going to be able to let your body go to sleep while your awareness stays wide awake. Now take your awareness and focus both on your heart and in the middle of your head at the same time. Put that gentle smile on your face just for a few moments. And know that your heart and brain are always sending information back and forth to each other. And the more you intentionally create a harmonious state of coherence between the two, the more those lines of internal communication open up. And the flow of information expands and allows your intuition to start really coming up, to become stronger, to become almost like a sense organ itself. Continue relaxing deeper into it. And then feel and know that your heart itself is in between your lungs. And to feel how the lungs basically like hold the heart, guards the heart. They are really, really powerful regulators of everything that happens in our waking lives and when we're dreaming. So as you breathe deeper and deeper, try to breathe even slower than we have been. and focus your awareness on your lungs and how they're breathing, knowing that whether you're fully conscious or not, they are breathing. And when you are just moderately conscious of them and how they're working without your conscious input, and you start working with them and you regulate your breathing, this causes all the energies that are in this entire area of your body to become amplified. It's almost like the lungs are saying, if you meet me halfway, I'll meet you halfway. And obviously, they're doing it no matter what anyway. But when we do that, when we meet what our lungs are already doing by breathing with them, feeling the air that is coming from the world outside and into our lungs, and then exhaling air and gas out of our lungs into the world, we start becoming more conscious of a very cyclical way of how these systems in our body work. They are very much cycles or circles, but it's more like a spiral than an actual circle. It's like a fractal. As you breathe, the air in your lungs are literally spiraling from top to bottom. And as you exhale it, it's spiraling out of your mouth or nose or both. A gentle smile on your face again, and consciously acknowledge how beautiful and how profound it is that our breath is working with us no matter what, all the time. And their willingness to intentionally want to work even better on our behalf when we begin to focus on them. That's amazing. Especially after doing it consistently for a while. When you least expect it, a breakthrough will occur. And you'll feel your awareness expand. And you'll feel the breathing potential of your very lungs become empowered. And even if you live in a city, or if you are inside of a house or a building or anything like that, and there isn't a lot of airflow, just by getting into these states of focusing on the respiratory system from a place of heart and brain coherence, you upgrade the quality of the air that you intake and exhale just by being in harmony with all these systems. Let's try to just really, really relax as the breath slows down. Let's get your heart and your brain pulsing at such a low frequency. It's just such a relaxed beat that's in your heart, that's pulsing in your head, and that is being regulated by your breathing. When you get really good at forming a conscious relationship with your respiratory system and your lungs, different sensory parts of your being that have been inactive or atrophied start to strengthen. They become more powerful, and they allow you to perceive so much more than maybe you did before. And as you start to really become aware with all these new sensory perception abilities that are in every single one of us, and as you focus on your breathing from a state of coherence, you remember that you're not just inhaling and exhaling the air that's around your body. You have the ability to inhale air from the very universe itself. And you'll know when you do. You'll feel shivers running up and down your spine. You'll feel this state of ecstatic bliss of something. It's way beyond that. It's the universal creativity, the force of life itself is acknowledging that you have chosen to know the greater part of yourself that has been there with all of us through our entire lives, but that maybe we weren't focusing on to the degree that we have the option of right now. And when you know that you have the ability to breathe the energy of the universe, of the galaxy, and you remember these abilities and what it feels like in your body, then you also realize that being aligned and conscious with your respiratory system allows you to purify the very air in and around the physical proximity of your body. You literally can clear the air, you can purify it all around you, between the beat of your heart, between the activated, illuminated, energized, luminous, glowing aspect of the feeling of all of these different components of our being working together and us being conscious of it. that's where we can get into a habit of being, and others will feel it. If you're purifying the air around you, it doesn't mean that you're going to be the filter with a bunch of gunk and stuff from the outside world getting stuck. You're going to alchemize. You're going to be able to transform all of it. And when you do this with a love for life, that with the more you practice, you begin to trust in the process of life unconditionally. You remember that at all moments, life itself is the best teacher. And the more you trust that, the more the states of potential that we all know are possible start to become activated and turn on. And as you become more conscious from a place of really being humble and appreciative of it, the more you begin to embody and exemplify it. You exemplify what these states of inner calm, whole body, whole soul coherence, in harmony with the planet beneath our feet and the infinite universe all around. The more these new senses come on with the support of all of that, when you begin to exemplify that, others in the world will know it. They may not have the full conscious awareness of what's happening, but they will feel and sense the difference. Because you're choosing to create a conscious relationship with all that you are, inside and out. And the choice to do that gives the natural ability to create a new way of being that now more than ever, so many around us are looking for. Everybody wants to remember that they have the ability to heal. And by choosing to know that you already are healed, and the more you feel what it's like to be in a state of perfect, coherent health, the more any resistance or blockages or anything like that will just be dissolving. Like smoke going into the atmosphere, it just disappears and becomes part of it. And it's no longer a part of you. Let's do another gentle smile, maybe a little bit bigger than what we've done so far. And as you smile, just thank your body for truly being the best friend in our lives. Thank your organs and your glands and your muscles and all the tissues of your body and all of the water of your body. Because we are more water than we are subatomic particles. Smile a little bit more. And inside of yourself, give thanks to your heart and brain and to your respiratory system, your lungs, your nose, your mouth, your trachea. Allow yourself to be so humbled and feeling so grateful that you can relax even deeper just for a few moments. We're just gonna breathe a little bit longer. We're gonna smile a little bit more while we're breathing and are conscious of the sensations that all of that creates. We're gonna start gently leaving the depth of the meditation and return to our conscious waking state.
Thank you. Great job.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye-bye.